So how am I doing, loves? It's your Mystic Messenger, and I'm gonna still be a Mystic Messenger, just straight from God. Like, I don't want to do tarot cards no more. I haven't been doing it that long, so it is what it is. But I'm going to upload this video on my Mystic Messenger page, and you can come over if you follow on my Mystic Messenger page where I used to do tarot. You can come over to the Path is You, because that's my new channel that I'm gonna post videos about life and the things we go through and how God speaks to us through everything, and we personally choose to ignore it, basically. So that's what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to do it on the Mystic Messenger page too. Like, some people just get a whole new page and start a new thing, but I'm going to post videos over there about what I'm speaking on now. If you're interested, I will do it on both pages. But I really was just going to leave that page, because, the readings was accurate and it was things that people might have needed to hear. But I just don't want to do cards no more. It's literally God for sure. But it just literally came over me. When I initially started YouTube, I started to give messages, but I fell into the cards. And I don't think no season of life is a coincidence. Everything that we tie ourselves to, everything that we go through is for good reasoning. So every season is well needed. It's some lesson in that season. And today, August 4th, 2026, I was watching YouTube and I came across a couple shorts, and they just kind of rewired my mind a little bit about certain things, about certain places, about why certain things happen. Every season is really needed. So I figured it out. Like, yes, I know what I want to do. So I don't want to stop YouTube because I love talking. I love communicating. I love challenging the mind. I love speaking with people that could teach me things. And just because I'm giving messages don't mean that I feel I'm very teachable. Okay, so I'm always willing to learn something new, or how to do something better, or how to approach something better. So I'm constantly learning, okay? From children, adults, elderlies, whoever. Now, yeah, whoever. It really is whoever. Because just because I say I learn from whoever don't mean I would do whatever whoever do. You know what I'm saying? It just means that in every season I can learn something. Even if it was somebody that's less fortunate than me in anything, they can always teach you something. It ain't about where you at materialistically, whether somebody could teach you or not. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody teach you a lot of things. People teach you how you don't want to be. People teach you how you do want to be. People teach you where you want to go in life, and some people teach you where you don't want to go in life. So it all works out. So the bottom line is, I was watching this YouTube short by this guy named Dr. Miles. Get him to him. I really like him. He's a great preacher. And it's just the things that he teaches. Definitely things that you probably wouldn't learn in school. But he was saying Joshua in the Bible. Joshua chapter 5, verse 6. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war which came out of Egypt were consumed, because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord unto whom the Lord sware that he would not sow them the land which the Lord sware unto their fathers, that he would give us a land that floweth with milk and honey. So when he said this, right, I didn't understand what he was saying. He just focused on the fact that they was wandering for 40 years. But he said, if your mentality doesn't grow, your physical doesn't grow. So what that meant is, If mentally you don't grow and move, physically you won't go nowhere. And that meant so much, that made so much sense. So God allowed the children of Israel to wander for 40 years until they all died off. And they had children. Some of them had children at that time. But the children were refreshed and new. And their mind was open. Their mind was open to the fact that they can, anything is possible. A lot of people is where they at in life because their mental doesn't change. So where you gonna go physically if mentally you the same place? Okay? Do we get that? Is we all here? If your mind doesn't change, if your mental doesn't change, where are you going physically? You won't go nowhere because you still bound to the mind, to the mentality. Okay? The bottom line is basically what he was saying is God will remove us from people, places, and things and situations for better. But our heart and our mentality is still back there with whatever we left behind. And that's why physically it don't look like we moved. Because mentally, we still worried about them people that we left behind. So it's like God saying, okay, yeah, you moved. You might have not be with the people that you used to be when and did the things you used to do, but somewhere in your mind and your heart, you're still focused on them people. What they doing, where they at, who they with. Like, you know what I'm saying? What am I missing? If you feeling like that, you can't mentally have changed, right? Mentally, a part of you still want what's back there, which is nothing. That's why you left it back there. So that meant so much to me because I needed to hear that. Because a part of me, okay, so like, I ain't gonna try to make these videos too long because I want to get to as many people as I can. But the real thing is, like, my own life. That's why when he said it, the way he said it, that's why I said Dr. Miles. Look up the YouTube skit of 40 years in the wilderness. So you can hear it for yourself from his words, how he said it, which I really could. I'm gonna have to wait, but I'm gonna figure out how I could be pulling it up so I can let y'all hear what he's saying. Because I gotta get a laptop. I don't have one no more. So I gotta get me a laptop so I can be able to pull up these videos while I talk to y'all so y'all can understand the magnitude of how just to hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way he said it, only thing I could do is think of my own life. I didn't think of nobody else's and why their life was. I instantly was like, wow. Because sometimes it's the way people say things that hits you different from how other people say it. Some people can say it this way, but you don't get it. But somebody else said it a different way, and it just literally feel like it just knocked on your brain and woke your brain up. Like, literally. And that's how I felt. I was like, wow. So that's why I felt like I was in this season of, because I feel like I was one of them. I was one of them people for a second. For a little while. I've been in a little isolation of choice. Also from God releasing me from things, people, places, and things that wasn't serving me. None. And I'm feeling like, oh, I'm on punishment. No, I'm not on punishment. God is saying you didn't need none of that. That was just a season that you needed at that time to grow. And now that you didn't grow from it, now you understand why you don't need these people, places, and things in your life anymore. You got to move forward. But a part of me was still backward. And I'm going to be truthful here. I was still wondering, like, did I do the right thing by leaving these people, places, and things? What they doing? Am I missing anything? And these are the problems. Just like Lot's wife. Another skit that I watched. The lady said, Jesus tells us to remember one other person in the Bible as much as he tell you to remember Jesus. And that's Lot's wife. when God took them out of Sodom and Gomorrah, when he was taking them away from there. And she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. She didn't turn into a pillar of salt because she literally looked back. She turned into a pillar of salt because her heart still wanted what was in Sodom and Gomorrah falling apart. So that's the thing with God. God know your heart. Even though your mouth say, I want God to do these new things in my life, and I'm only saying this because this was me. This was me. And I'm getting another chance to wake up to it. This was me. I might as well be Lot's wife because God wakes us up to new things. And we be all excited. Oh, God's doing a new thing in my life. But the whole time, we still worried about what we had to let go of. And that was just me. God knows the frequency of your heart. God do not work on this worldly time. Months, second, days, years, whatever. That don't register in God's world. Okay. God know your heart. God know your mind. God know when you really ready. Even though you saying, God, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. God like, listen, baby, I got you when you truly ready. And that was the thing with me. I thought I was ready. I'm like, God, I don't hear you talking to me. I'm ready, I'm ready. But today, I heard God talking to me. Because he said, baby, you thought you was ready. But your heart wasn't ready. You still wanted to be a part of something that I released you from. So you carrying these feelings about something that's no longer your life. And I had to really get with myself and be honest. I still was worried about them friends and worried about if I did the right thing by leaving because it looked like they living good, right? But that's always to the eye. That's why you can't go off these eyes. You got to go off faith and not by sight, because sight would tell you that people is living their best life when really they're not. People get on the internet all day and act like they living their best life, everything just good, but mentally you ain't good. Physically you might look like you all right, you might look like you having fun, but mentally you somewhere like, dang, is this it? Is this it? Is this always going to be my life? Yes, if you don't make other decisions. Yes, if you continue to think that this is the way you're going to go. How you think going this way going to get you the outcome you want? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing the same things repeatedly. It's not. The same environments. It's not. How could you grow in an environment that broke you? You just being honest. This environment broke you open, not broke you as destroyed you. This is the environment that broke you open to that it's more. So if this environment broke you open to is more, this ain't the more. You got to move forward for the more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like I'm in a place now that I'm ready to talk and give people advice and just let them know my story so they can keep moving forward for their better good. So you know what I'm saying? It's just being honest. I had to be real with myself. I had to look myself in the face and say the truth is, the real truth is, you was kind of, nah, ain't no kinda. You was being Lot's wife. You still wanted, and the part of you still yearned for that old life because that was where your comfortability was. That was what you was used to. And it was scary going into the unknown. And it still is. But you gotta do it scared. Sometimes you just gotta do stuff scared. Fear gonna be there, but fear is that false evidence appearing real. Put fear in the passenger seat and say, I'm still going for it with fear. But it's all gonna work out because this is God's plan. And you have to work with God. God need to be at the center of everything you do. Why? Because he got a plan that you can't see. And people are trying to knock you off your horse with your belief. Your belief will be wavering. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, shoot. Your belief will be wavering because it looked like people living a good life. People wish they had the wherewithal, I would say, to make the choice that you made to get out. A lot of these people don't, it's not even a thought in their head to get out because they don't know what's out there. They feel like they need to know what's out there before they make a choice. Some people keep going back to the same exact things as the things that took them under. The same people. And then it's just like, I want to ask you, do you think it's better to be with people who act like they got your best interest at heart, or be with people that actually have your best interest at heart? Because people that actually got your best interest at heart, they're going to make you accountable for your actions, for the things that you do in the way that you do them. People that act like they got your best interest at heart, they're going to agree with all the stupid things that you do, knowing that it's no good. Knowing that these things are never going to get you the results that you truly want for yourself. And I had to ask myself, so you did all this work to get away from these people, these places, and these things. And now you question yourself if this was the right thing to do. It wouldn't have never came over you if it wasn't the right thing to do. You don't just wake up. You don't just wake up and be like, I don't feel like these ain't my friends. I don't feel like this environment ain't good for me. It don't just come from nowhere. This be a thought that you've been had. And you've been had it for a long time. But at first it was laying dormant. It was quiet. But the more you pour into these people, places, and things that's not serving you, you start feeling like, why am I here? I'm always uneasy when I come over here. It's always a weird feeling when I go with them, when I deal with them. It's always some type of, in the environment, it's always some type of fake love, but a little sneak dissing at the end. That ain't for nothing. That's because them not your people. That's not your place. That's not your thing. And I just don't believe in coincidences. I believe in being divinely guided by the Most High God, who know what you don't know, who been in rooms that you ain't been in yet. You feel me? Or you been in these rooms, but you seen it the way you wanted to see it. God know the truth. God know their frequency. So even if they mouth, you know how many people say, I'm your real friend. I love you. I got your best interest at heart. And God like, yeah, all right. But you was just over there kicking her back in. My child. You my child too, but you choose to work out of your lower self, not your higher self. Your higher self is your God consciousness. God is within her. She cannot fail. She will not fall. Psalms 46:5. I don't play because I keep this on every day. Okay? God is within her. She will not fall. Okay? So we all carry the God conscience. It's just our choice whether we work out of it or not. Okay? So the bottom line is, God understands things that we don't because he's seen it and we didn't. He heard it and we didn't. He know the frequency of their heart when they act like they love you, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want to do. This is what I feel like my calling is, to give messages about life and give messages about moving forward. Don't stay too much in the past. You don't need to talk about it every day. You don't need to reminisce about it because it keeps you there. That's a part of it. Oh, I remember when we used to, no. Let what we used to be where it used to be. Let that stay over there. And you move forward with the thoughts of, I'm going towards. I'm creating. I'm bringing forth this effort. This effort for a new life. Because God doing a new thing in your life, okay? God is bringing fresh, new beginnings. Let's leave the past where the past is. And that's what we need to do as a whole if you want to move forward. Because guess what? You got free will. And I'm going to always make sure I let you know you got free will. You don't have to do nothing that you don't want to do. Okay? God ain't even going to, force nothing on you. Because the gift that he gave you is free will. You choose. Hell, another one that I watched. I forgot the man's name. Billy Graham. if I'm not mistaken, Billy Graham or Bill Graham. It's Billy Graham or Bill Graham. And he says, hell was never meant for men, meaning man, all of us. Hell was meant for the devil and his fallen angels. So if you go to hell, you go to hell on your own free will. And hell ain't necessarily talking about you going to that burning fire. You walking through hell. People that choose hell, they walking through hell every damn day. Literally. Every day. Because it's the hell they chose to be in. When they sign away their souls, or when they work out of their lower self. It's a choice. Nobody forces you to hell. You choose to go. God never made hell for the people that he died on the cross and saved. But you got free will to obey God or not. You got free will to live a good life or live a bad one. It's all up to you. Your choices and decisions create the life that you live and go through. And I'm just here giving advice. If God takes you out of something, don't go back to it. But again, you got free will. But when you do all of that work to remove yourself from people, places, and things that don't serve you, why would you do all that hard work to go back to something you try so hard to get out of? Because let me just tell you, if you go back and put yourself in it again, it's not going to be as easy to get out as it was the first time. Hey, you might not even make it out. That might just be it for you. And I only know from my own situation. Excuse me. God removed me from a lot of stuff. And I went back a little bit, but not to the magnitude. Hold on one second, y'all. But yeah, it's just like I got out of it a little bit, and then I might have went back, y'all, because I don't remember where I left off at. But you go back a little bit, and you can't do that with God. When God's doing a new thing in your life, just let that new thing happen. And at the end of the day, but God always forgives, and God always loves. God loves you so unconditionally, no matter what you do, is the crazy part. God died on the cross and took all of our sins, and I don't think nobody understand how he really embodied that, because that means they looked at God like he was a liar, like he was a sinner, like he was deceitful. But that was all of the backlash of our sins. Do you understand? At the end of the day, God wasn't a liar, because God can do all things. As soon as somebody shut a door, if God wanted to open, guess what, baby? That baby is open. Okay? That's what's going on. And God can do that, and can't nobody stop him. You understand me? But you have to believe. That's another thing. God said, let there be light. Not, oh, I hope there is light. One day it'll be light. Someday it'll be light. God said, let there be light. And what? It was light. If you praying to God about something, you got to know that it's already done. You ain't praying to God for it. You praying to God, thank you. I have to learn these things that I'm telling y'all. Right now, in this season that I'm speaking to y'all, I am learning these things as we speak. When you pray, you're not praying to God about the thing that you want. You're praying to God to tell him thank you, because you already know he's going to get it done. That's where people mess up in the prayer. In the prayer, you're saying, God, please let this happen. Please let this happen. Please let this happen. I made a mistake because I said that today. Ain't please let it happen. It's God, thank you. Thank you for all the things you're going to do in my life. Thank you for all the new things that you will do in my life. Thank you for all the open doors that you're opening in my life. That's how we got to pray. Don't pray like you trying to get it. Pray like you already know it's done, because you know God can move mountains at any given season, at any given time, at the end of the day. So when you believe in God, you can't leave an open-end question mark there. I hope it happened. I want it to happen. You got to know it's happening. With God, you got to know. And that's what I'm learning. And this is something that I just learned today. That's why I was so eager to get on here and make a video and talk about it. Because have a little faith, it will all work out. I look at my little thing, and that's what it is. Just have a little faith, because it's all going to work out. My other little thing is this. Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we don't see. That's what faith is. Okay? Faith is being sure of what you hope for. So when we hope for something, confirmation, when we have faith, we sure of it. We sure God can do it. Hope is what bring it not fruition. Hope is what bring it up into you to go towards it. That's what the hope is. The hope is it's still time. The hope is I can still do it. But the faith is certainty that it's going to happen, because you know that God can do all things and you believe. That's the main thing. And you can't fake believe with God. He knows if you believe or not. And that's why it's not going to happen. If you don't believe that God can do it, why would he? Why would he do it? You already chose that I can't get the job done. So that's your choice. Job not done. If you believe that I can get the job done because you know that I can, I will. And that's a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because God gave free will. That's how you know God. That's how you know things that come from God and things that come from the devil. Okay? God come no confusion. God come, it's going to get done. Because I said it's going to get done. The devil make you think, can I do it? Am I capable of having that? Can I run a business? Am I allowed to have that? Why you got to think about it? If it wasn't allowed for you to have, it wouldn't be an option for you to have it, now would it? And I'm not talking about nothing that's going to hurt other people. We always want to do things for the highest good of everyone. We don't want to do things that's going to harm another person. Okay? So yeah, that's the message for today. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but I had to get that all out. Plus, I'm trying to inform the people that do mess with me the long way that on my Mystic Messenger channel, I will still leave these type of videos, but I'm not doing tarot no more. And if you want more in-depth messages, you can follow my page, The Path Is You, on YouTube, because I'm going to be over there doing deeper dives into, just life messages, encouragement on keep going, encouragement on getting closer to God, and things like that. So I needed to put this out there because I don't think I needed 10 years of tarot to let me know that I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it. So, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying what it is. It's just something that came over me. And I always literally wanted to do messaging, just talking. It was a phase of my life, and I got a little addicted. And I like to, and I did. I'm being honest. Addicted to watching the readings, doing the readings, all into it. And you don't need to, that's like idolizing stuff. When you just idolizing the cards, idolizing the readings all day, and then you get draped off into thinking. Listen, it stops your life really, because now you think that your life is supposed to go exactly how these people say, but it's not, because you got to live and you got to make choices and decisions and things like that. But now you expecting everything to happen like this. No. So yeah, I'm going to give these type of messages. If you're interested, you can come over to The Path Is You. I will still drop some on a Mystic Messenger, even though I'm not going to delete the stuff before, because every season has a reason. So I want you to see my growth. I want you to see where I started and where I came. You feel me? So I don't want to change nothing on my channel. I'm just going to add to messages about life and the Most High God and moving forward and understanding that every season has a reason for it. Some type of growth or some type of mind opening message comes from every season. You need it every season. You need it every time to reflect your life, your choices, your decisions, your friend groups. Would you spend your time doing the most? This type of stuff right here, though, yum yum, eat them up. It's my favorite. I can't lie. I love to talk and communicate with other people and give them insight on knowledgeable things that I feel like it's not just for me. I like to share the knowledge, and I love when people share knowledge with me. Honestly, like real is real. I do not like being in environments that I can't learn in. And that's why every season is important, because I feel like the friend group I just had and the things that I just left, I left it because there was no more growth there for me. I did the things around them people, places, and things for like 20 years, like between 16 and 20 years, same shit. And I'm a work in progress because the girl's still working on the cussing because I cuss a lot. But I'm a work in progress, God. I understand, because I ain't gonna lie to God. Every day, God working on me. But the thing is, I did the same thing for a long time, and it's like, okay, there's no more growth here for me. I outgrew all the people, the places, the things, and the entertainment that they thought they were serving. I can't do it no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new coming to this. You ain't learning nothing new. I'm not about to drink and drug my life till I wake up and I'm 60 and I can't make no other decisions, because, I ain't gonna even say that, because age don't decide your life for you either. Because you up in age don't mean you still can't do stuff. That's in your head. If you feel like at 60, if you still in good health at 60 and you feel like you can't open a business or you can't go back to school or whatever it is you want to do, don't no age define you. Don't nothing define you. That's what God wants you to understand. Just like Sarah and Abraham in the Bible, Sarah laughed when God told her that she was going to have a baby, and she was 90 something years old, I think, if I'm not mistaken. She was like 90 and she had a baby. But she laughed, and God said something to her about it. He said, "You laughed when I said you was going to have a baby." No, I didn't. Yes, you did. He heard you. He felt the frequency of you laughing. So you really think that I can give you a baby at 90 because you're 90. I can do whatever I need to do for my people who believe in me. So yeah, at the end of the day, there's no age that should define you. There's no person, place, or thing that should define you. There's no season in your life that should define you, because every season has a reason for that season. And I had to wake myself up to this. Everything I'm saying to y'all, I'm saying to me right now, because I was in a season wondering, like, God, what's going on? This just feels stagnant. It feels stagnant because I was allowing it to be. I got to keep going. No matter what it looked like, we got to keep going, because every season has a reason. A reason that we need to sit still in that moment. A reason that we need to reflect them choices that we made. A reason why we need to reflect the people that we hang around. The choices that we make. The places that we go. What we spend our time doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to end it right here. Just being honest. Was that yesterday or today? That was yesterday. So yesterday I was thinking about when I was a kid. As far back as to like 7, 8, 9, them ages. Even 6, like 6, 7, 8. Shoot, probably even 5, because I literally can remember my life from 3 to 37 now. You know what I'm saying? I just turned 37 this year. But I can remember my life all the way from 3 to 37. All up in between there. I remember all of like key points in my life. So I remember being a kid. I remember when phones wasn't even a thing, y'all. When phones wasn't even a thing. Nobody cared about phones. And guess where we spend most of our time? Outside. That's why outside heals. Because when you outside and you just in the nature and just doing things, you don't be caring about what's going on in the world. And I remember being a kid and phones wasn't a thing, and we was always outside. Like, I remember me and my friends, we used to get up at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. we was outside all the way to 9 p.m. Oh, you said be home at 9 p.m.? Okay. When the street lights come on around 9, okay. Sometimes we get in there about 9:10, 9:15, running, hoping we don't get in trouble. But I can just think back to then. I was a happy kid with all the things we had going on. Don't get me wrong. Molestation was still happening in some of our homes. Some of us had abusive parents, drunk parents, no parents. Like, meaning that the parents were so gone they barely was there. So it was like you was raising yourself. We went through all of them things growing up. But when we went outside with our friends, that was our freedom. That we was set free. We was with our friends. That's all that mattered. We loved our friends. We had fun. We laughed. We didn't have to think about what was going on at that time. So, it was. Hold on 1 second, girl. We weren't thinking about what was going on at that time. We just was happy to be with our friends, right? And when I think about it, when there was no phones, when you ain't have all of this social media and shit. Guess what? When we was kids, do you think that we was thinking about what other people was doing? We wasn't. Why? It wasn't a thought in our mind because we didn't see it. Now they got you with the social media and you somewhere wondering why somebody's life is better than yours, whose life probably not even better than yours. Because they put on a couple little expensive clothes and shoes and they look like they going on trips and they look like they living this life that some of these people might be doing weird things to get these things, and some of these, even if they not doing weird things, even if they working hard for this money and all this stuff and whatever they get, the whole thing is before social media is you wasn't focused on what other people was doing and feeling like your life ain't worthy because you're not doing what they doing. It was none of that. They destroyed us with social media. The temptation is the phone. The bad apple that you biting into, the phone. Confirmation, the phone. Okay? Literally. That's the temptation. The phone. The social media. The things you sit up and compare yourself to that you shouldn't be. Because you for a reason. And they them for a reason. But they did this to destroy us as a people. To take us away from each other as a people. You know how many people be on social media, don't even communicate in real life? You don't even communicate with people. Don't speak to them. Don't stay high to them. Don't go around them. We should be spending our time together, laughing and loving on each other. But we think that it's feasible because I shoot you a text. Or it's feasible because we FaceTime. No, we need to spend time, real time, with our loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to hold you all up with my messaging, but this was good and I loved it. And this is what I'm gonna wake up and do every day. Every day I'm gonna wake up like I did with the tarot videos. I'm gonna wake up every day with a message to give to somebody else when I get it. When I get a message about something that's so good like this, I'm gonna make sure that I share it because I want to see all my sisters and brothers be the best they can be. Be your true self, your whole self, your conscious self, your God self. God made us in his image. Why you don't want to be your God self? Not your Lord self. Not your devil self. Be the true, authentic you God brought you here to be. So that's the message, y'all. And I'm not going to do tarot cards, but I am going to do a few messages at the end that you might just need to hear. Because sometimes we do. We need to hear something that helps us light that spark back in our life, okay? Okay, so we got 4 little messages at the end. New beginnings. From chaos comes calm. So God bring you from the chaos to the calm. That's what new beginnings look like, okay? Replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. So if something didn't work out today, pray to God that the sun rise tomorrow and you try again. Limitless. Know your worth. You are a limitless being. Know your worth. You don't have to settle for people, places, and things that don't see your authentic self, that don't see you as a value. You let that go because you limitless. Okay? There's no limit to you. You can do all things through who? The Most High God. Take charge. Don't wait for the stars to align. Reach up and arrange them the way you want. Don't wait for the stars to align. You put God at the center and you make a plan and you pray over that plan. And if God see fit, plan go as planned. And if it don't, redirection is God protection. So if a plan don't go as you aligned it or as you wanted it to, that's because God redirected you because something over there wasn't what you thought it was going to be. So this is the message. I love y'all. I'm your Mystic Messenger, and I'll see you guys on the next message. And I love that this for me and for you and for whoever this come across. Just know I love you with my whole heart and soul, and I wish you the best. And yeah, I feel good. But yes, that's it. I love you all, my divine loves. And I hope this resonated with somebody somewhere in the world that needed to hear this. Because this is what you're going to get from me from now on. I'm not doing no more tarot. I'm just straight messaging. Because this is what I wanted to do from the get-go. So now I'm stepping into my role that I originally wanted. I got draped off trying to do things the way other people do it. Got to do my own thing. So, no more looking back to the past. All we doing is looking forward. Anything that you had to leave behind, leave it behind because it was left behind for a reason. And every season has a reason. That's my thing, okay? God love y'all the most, but I love y'all too. And I'll see you guys on the next one.